Okay, so been retired for almost 2 years now. Been pretty busy just getting the house all renovated and everything else, but finally got the gaming room in some sort of order. To give you some idea of what the house used to look like, this is all mostly original. Everything's mission brown. Even the stairs were brown. Fixed the light fittings. But that's what it used to look like. To give you an idea, this room is one of the completed ones. Everything in here was brown. Like just everything. Wood paneling, etc, etc. So we're getting there. But anyway, back to the game room. I'll go in roughly chronological order. Got a couple of Odysseys there. Powlin NTSC, Odyssey 2, Fairchild Channel F, all the good stuff. ColecoVision, including all the expansion modules, all in box of course. TurboGrafx, GameWave. GameWave's a weird one. This was the Canadian console. It came out in competition to PS2. It was basically a DVD player. Intellivision, including the expansion modules, all the games. Heap of really good Odyssey 2 games. 3DO. $2600 of course. Different variations thereof, including the Vader console. 7800. The old Jaguar. US version of course, where it's the only place it was released. Over here, OG Xbox, getting into 360. A lot of 360s as you expect. Still push for space even with all this, so I've got stuff sort of like tucked around everywhere. All the old gaming magazines over here, EGM, PC Power Play, all the usual suspects. Inbox Vectrix, one of two I've got. Flight stick for Xbox Series X, a lot of fun. Still on Xbox, Steel Battalion controller. And Series X and Series 1. Lots of room for expansion there, particularly when you think about how slowly the physical releases are coming now. On to consoles. Man, I loved my Saturn. It was such a cool console. Or PlayStation series. VR stuff. And back to Nintendo. Nintendo released 5 consoles in Japan before they even released the NES in the West. We've got 4 of them. The 5th one sells in the 6 figures these days, so that's just not going to happen. This is one of my pride and joys. Came from a deceased estate. I swear, it's in absolutely as new condition. Like, it's crazy. It looks like when you open it like it's never been opened. Rob the Robot, of course. Getting on to SNES. Virtual Boy. I still think it's underrated. You can't use it for long, but it's a lot of fun. N64. All the expansions that you expect. On the GameCube. The interesting Japanese only Panasonic variation. It was a DVD player as well. Get on to Wii. A lot of people don't know there was a Wii Mini. It's a weird little console. Sold very poorly. Get on to Wii U. All Game Boy Advance games just tucked away down the bottom here. DS games. And getting on to Switch. Switch is the first console I've ever let myself go crazy collecting. Got every single variation that's been released in Australia, so there's 20 Switches and over 800 physical games. Not much really to show. Just a bucket load of games. Getting into the handheld space. The old Game & Watches. Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Advance. Everything you expect. The Micro. PSP. Vita. All associated games there. Get on to DS, DSi, DS Lite, all that good stuff. $3DS. Now, Gizmodo. Very happy to have that in the collection. Was not cheap, I can tell you that. Asus Rogue Ally. Wonder Swan. Neo Pocket Color. All that sort of stuff. That's the best example I have of Vectrix. It's my second one. Completing box. Working, of course. Still on Switch. On to PlayStation. The Nedcom was a weird controller, man. PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5. Just a few miscellaneous items. These aren't the consoles from the boxes. The boxes have got the console complete in them. These are just extras I had. These are all my Edge magazines. Been collecting Edge for a long time. As far as I know, it's still the only gaming magazine that's still coming out, and I'm still buying it now. Saturn, Game Gear, Nomad. Very weird little console. Used to take that on the train with me to work. The batteries would last like 2 trips. Dreamcast controllers, VMU, Saturn games. All the old Dreamcast games. I love that system. So that's basically it for in here. Out here, got the retro gaming corner. Sony Vega Trinitron. Basically the pinnacle of CRT TVs. Easiest for gaming, but also obviously working on old consoles. Odyssey that I'm working on there. And television. There'll be a few other things in here. I don't know what I've got there at the moment. There you go, an old ColecoVision. Few odds and sods. The Amiibo collection. Was never going to collect in box. They just take up way too much room. But this is the main gaming space. Basically charging station over here for laptops and controllers and phones, etc, 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 etc. All the gaming books and the VR stuff in there, PSVR 2 and Oculus. as you'd expect, PS5, Series X. Gotta admit, I prefer my Series X. Over here, Switch, Asus ROG Ally, my Mac Mini, and that's about it.